The author I'm going to talk about today is Peggy Parish, the creator of the character Emilia Bedelia. Peggy Parish was born in 1927 in South Carolina. She completed her Bachelor of Arts in English from the University of South Carolina. She taught in Oklahoma and in New York City. She started writing while teaching at a school. Fritz Siebel is an Austrian American illustrator. He illustrated many of Peggy Parish's children's books. The inspiration of Emilia Bedelia came from the observation of her grade 3 students. She wanted to create some stories for her students, and in this way, the character Emilia Bedelia was born. Peggy wrote 12 series of Emilia Bedelia. She died in 1988. After her death, her nephew Herman Parish started writing Emilia Bedelia, and Herman died this year in February. Peggy Parish published 30 children's books, including Emilia Bedelia. These are the ones that I loved reading with my daughter when she was younger. The Littlest Raccoon, Dinosaur Time, My Little Golden Book of Manners, No More Monsters for Me. These were our favorite ones during those time. Apart from writing books, Peggy Parish was teaching at a school. She conducted training for teachers. She wrote children's book reviews, and she also produced some uh, television pieces based on preschool education. Emilia Bedelia is the main character of the book series Emilia Bedelia. She works as a maid, she is literal minded, and she interprets idioms and other expressions literally. As a result, things turn out to be chaotic but funny at the same time. Despite disaster caused due to her inability to understand the idiomatic expressions, her employer does not fire her because Emilia Bedelia is an amazing cook. She bakes cookie really well and she makes other delicious items. The fun and laughter comes when Emilia Bedelia does exactly what she is asked to do. For example, in the book, Emilia Bedelia Goes Camping, her employer, Mr. Rogers, asks her whether everything is ready for camping. Emilia Bedelia says yes. Then Mr. Rogers says, let's hit the road. Then, instead of setting out for camping, Emilia Bedelia grabs a stick and hits the road. In this way, her action causes amusement. In each book, her employer gives her instruction, and Emilia does exactly what she is asked to do. Therefore, the whole book evokes layers of fun and laughter. For today's discussion, I have selected the book Teach Us Emilia Bedelia. In this book, Emilia is asked to work as a substitute teacher at a school. In the class, she interprets everything literally and the children enjoys the out-of-the-box experiences. For example, in science class, she gets light bulbs from the store to plant because the instruction was plant the bulbs. So instead of planting the onion bulbs, she gets the children plant the light bulbs. She also participates with the children in planting the light bulbs. Then, instead of asking children to sing, she sings. In quiet reading time, instead of letting the children read quietly, she makes them read aloud so that she can understand that they are reading. In art class, the instruction was paint picture. So Emilia takes it literally and she makes the children paint the existing painted pictures. In the math class, there was a math problem that involved the word apples, but Emilia Pitilia could not see any apple in the classroom. So she took the children to the house of Mr. Rogers. There, the children get apples, and Emilia Bedelia solves the math problem with the children with the real apples. And not only that, to make the learning experience more fun and enjoyable, Emilia Bedelia makes candy apples. She makes caramel apples, which the children enjoyed very much. Not only the children, when the new teacher arrives at the house of Mr. Rogers, she also enjoys the candy apples made by Emilia Bedelia. So, in this way, the writer shows that sometimes literal meaning of an idiomatic command or instruction can bring a lot of fun if we really follow the exactly literal meaning. And teaches Emilia Bedelia, this book also shows how a math problem can be solved in a class if we really take the instruction literally. The way it says that Ginny has got 5 apples, the learning becomes more fun when Ginny really has got 5 apples in her hands. So, considering that, Emilia Bedelia is a good math teacher. When my daughter was younger, I got introduced to the book series Emilia Bedelia. I used to read it to her, and while reading the books, I used to focus on the facial expression on the face of my daughter as she would listen to me and look at the illustrations in the book. Sometimes I used to explain the idioms and other figurative languages to her. That time, the laughter, the giggle on her face really was appealing to me. One of the features of Emilia's Bedelia book series is that the laughter and the fun, it comes as a surprise. We, the readers, cannot predict, cannot assume when Emilia Bedelia is going to do what. We do not know how Emilia Bedelia is going to interpret the instruction or the command of her employer. And there comes the real fun because it is a surprise. We get fun and also we get the surprise. There are two rewards of reading the book: fun and surprise. And the books of Emilia Bedelia can be used for teaching idioms to children through fun. And I did that with my children. However, um, I think, I believe Emilia Bedelia was written as I have shared already that She wanted Peggy Parish wanted to create stories for her children for in her class. So obviously it was in her mind. She had a purpose to teach. However, as I read Emilia Bedelia, I think that um, a person's inability to understand idiomatic expression has been ridiculed, and I mean, a person's inability to understand phrasal expressions has been mocked at. So, being an immigrant, um, I've I think that sometimes I also do not understand the idiomatic language of the native speakers. So I think that maybe the way we are laughing at Emilia Bedelia's literal interpretation of language, uh, maybe other people are not are maybe other people are laughing at my inability to understand the idiomatic expressions. And so I think that Emilia Bedelia book series can be uh, critiqued from a new perspective, whether we should make fun of someone's inability to understand the idiomatic language and expressions. Apart from that, I love the books of Emilia Bedelia, though I don't understand the although I don't understand many of the idioms of English language, still I get fun when I read Emilia Bedelia books. Even now, I know that I might be in the position of Emilia Bedelia. Still, I laugh when I read the books. I think um, Peggy Parish, she knew the imaginary world of the children very well. She knew the psychology of the children very well. She knew how to make the children make laugh and learn at the same time. That's why she came up with an amazing character, Amelia Bedelia. And I also believe that, like me, the parents, the adults who read Amelia Bedelia, they also enjoy, despite the fact that sometimes Emilia Bedelia, uh, sometimes, uh, sometimes they don't understand that they might be Emilia Bedelia in the eyes of other people. For example, me as a non-native speaker of English, I think sometimes I might be a real Emilia Bedelia to some other people who uses idiomatic language. But still, I enjoy Emilia Bedelia even now. Thank you.